my name is Madison and I am a plant freak. I am here today to show you my propagation box that is way overdue. I'm just gonna look at it, assess the roots, see what needs to be potted up and what needs to go back in here. So for sure, I already know that this big marble queen pothos in here is not ready. It has a few little roots. There's a few little roots here. Get some soap on it. This is part of a big plant that my roommate got from his girlfriend's dad. Yeah, it was a big marble queen and we cut it up and he gave me some of that. So I'm gonna put that back in there. And then next, the one thing I've been really wanting to get out of here, she's got a lot of roots. But yeah, I said marble queen. This is a neon pothos. Or no, this is a neon philodendron because of the way that the nodes separate. But there's a lot of new growth and there's a lot of roots, but I think I can pot this up. I might even cut it shorter so that these can still root and then put that in there. But I have a lot of strawberry begonia cuttings because I had this really big one, but I recently threw it away because I have a small mealybug problem and I moved some stuff around and she got some mealybugs. So I was trying to clean them off and they were everywhere, and so I just threw the whole plant away because I knew I had these cuttings and I did not want to deal with that. Still isn't doing good. I think this is, I thought this was a Micans. I think it's a Micans. And it just hasn't really rooted that much. I might have just broken that off. But I'm just gonna put it back in there now that I have a lot more room. And then this, I've been excited for. I love begonias. There's this red begonia that I have in my room, but it's dying because I am an underwaterer, but then sometimes I overwater and I don't think she likes it. It's a begonia that likes humidity because it's a Rex, but I saved it. It still needs to root a little bit more, but I have her. I just reused my perlite. So, get that out of there. I'm gonna stick this. I just kind of stick it in there like that with the roots just a little bit cut. I'm gonna stick this begonia back in there because I don't trust myself to keep this alive with how little roots it has. So let's stick it in the middle. Okay. I'm also gonna stick the Micans back in there. Okay, so that's all for this big prop box. I'm gonna get a smaller one for my strawberry begonias because I have about 5 of them, but they're really small roots, so I'm gonna get a shallower one. This one, I don't know if you can see the water level, but it's like halfway, maybe a little bit less than halfway. You can literally hear the water move around and it's pretty soaked. And I put saran wrap on top of it or 2 plastic clear lids so that it keeps the humidity in there. And yes, now I'm gonna get some pots. We're in my bedroom now because that's where I keep all my pots, and we need a pot for this neon philodendron. She's got some nice lovely little roots, so we need to find a pot that fits that. So let's go here. So this is my pot collection down here, as you can see it. Yes, it's growing. I collect everything. I keep everything. It's because you never know when you're gonna need it. And I think I'm gonna do the smallest one I have, which is probably this one, besides that tiny one. And I think it would be perfect because all the roots fit in that, and it's not too big. I think it's cutting it close. You probably only want like 1 inch around your root ball, but I want to put a lot of drainage in it, and it's got a healthy top. So I think we're gonna be okay with that. So I got these 2 containers and I'm gonna put our strawberry begonias in them, and it's a little small, so we're gonna get a little closer look. Got our little containers here. I forgot to mention they come with little lids. They're little old dessert containers. Just any container that's sealed up on the bottom works perfect. To plant these, since they're so tiny, I'm just going to poke my finger in there, make a little hole in there. I'll stick it, and I just backfill it so that you can cover up all the little roots with perlite, and when you put water in here, you can actually wick it up inside of it. You can kind of see that it's kind of pat down in there. And then I'm just gonna put another hole right next to it there. Take one of my little babies, stick it in there, poke it down in there. As long as it's touching the perlite, it's good. That one's full. Stick our lid on it. Okay, so here's the other one. I have 3 guys in here, so I think I'm gonna kind of do it kind of like this. I think I'm gonna do like that. So let's poke our holes. Put one there, one there, one there. Plus, perlite is fun to play with. It feels kind of nice. Oh yeah, this perlite is wet, by the way. It is pre-moistened because I grabbed this from the perlite box I showed you initially in the video because I'm lazy. I just grabbed it right out of there. So it's already wet, but I will put some water in it in a second. You can see there's water in there. It's hard to see it, but there's water, and it just kind of ends up right there. Got the water in there, as you can see. Just kind of have it just so it's just getting just that amount of perlite wet. Okay, so I've got my wet dirt, got that pot we picked out, and I've got our plant of choice. So I'm gonna get in a little close so you guys can see how to pot something up. So here I am with my dirt again, and I use these scoops. You can use whatever you want. You know, just helps it fit right in your pot. I'm gonna use a small one because it fits right in it nice. So you gotta have your drainage, of course. You gotta have holes. So I put a little bit of dirt in there. As you can see, it is just covering the bottom, maybe an inch or so up. Just about like right there where my finger is, as you can see in there. I'm gonna take our philodendron, stick the bottom roots in there. I'm gonna get myself situated here. Just spiral them in there. I think about like that. I'm gonna backfill like that. Put some dirt in there. I'm just gonna pat it down in there around your plants. See all that water coming off there? That's okay. It'll drip out. Do a little bit more. Don't want it too much because I don't want my top levels to rot. Bring it away from the walls. She looks pretty good. I'll take her to the sink, give her a rinse. And if even, I could always pin her down like that. That is up to you. But I might leave her trailing. I like vining plants. And eventually she'll turn around. And these roots she already has will turn into little aerial roots. It'll be no problem. But yeah, there she is in her pot.